I'm here with actors Ashley Griffin and Ryan Clardy, who are starring in a unique take on Hamlet, opening in the middle of November. Why don't you talk a little bit about how you guys became involved in the project? I know you're also directing it, right, Ashley?
Yeah. I pitched the concept to Anon Productions a couple of years ago. I'd worked with them a bit. I played Rosalind in a production of As You Like It for them. And it was an idea that I'd had for a really long time and thought that it would be really awesome, and they liked it. And they picked it up, and we originally did it last fall, and it did so well that it's coming back this fall, and I'm really excited to be bringing it back.
That's very exciting. Are there any changes from when you first did it? Yes.
Well, it's a cast of 10 people, and 5 of the cast members are returning, and 5 of the cast members are new.
And is this young stud new or returning?
New. He's new.
Yeah.
He paid me $5 to call him that.
So just that in and of itself is adding wonderful new dynamics, because I really like customizing things to the actors that are doing it. But I have the enormous luxury this time of having done it before and seen what worked and seen what could be made stronger, and so I could really hit the ground running with changes that I had ideas for at the end of the last run that, it was too late to implement.
Right.
Yeah.
And now, Ryan, how did you become involved in the production?
I actually got involved because I did another show with Anon Productions, Snow, written by this lovely lady, which was an amazing production. For me personally, I got to play a really cool role. Anyway, we had a really good chemistry on stage, and then she was like, "Hey, we're doing Hamlet, and there's some roles that are opening up. Would you be interested?" And I was definitely interested. I was holding out for Ophelia, though. I was holding out for it. But obviously the other actor had first dibs and everything. But yeah, no, and as soon as she said, "Hey, do you want to do this?" I was like, "Yes, please," because I know when am I ever going to get to play Ophelia again? And
Very true.
yeah, and I, out of all the characters in Hamlet, I mean, like I've said before, every actor wants to play Hamlet at some point. That's just part of the deal. But out of all the characters in Hamlet, including Hamlet himself, or herself in this case, I feel like Ophelia is the one that I was always the most attracted to as a character, because you get to kind of be out there a little bit.
Yeah.
And
That's how you landed the part. It was not a stretch, right?
No.
For your personality at all.
Well, can I brag about him for a second?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Ryan's, honest to goodness, one of the most extraordinary actors and collaborators that I've ever had the privilege of working with. And since Snow, we've actually had an opportunity to work together quite frequently. And one of the things I really value about him as a performer is his ability to combine wonderful strength and intelligence with really remarkable vulnerability. And it's something that not a lot of actors have in general, but especially I found not a lot of male actors have, and this is a very unique role that not a lot of people can play. And when we had an opening, I was thrilled that Ryan was going to get to play this part, because he's a good guy to work with.
I have moments.
Yeah. What have you done to prepare yourselves for the? I know this is going to be. You played
I've done it
Hamlet before.
Yeah.
So are you changing anything up a little bit or your process is like, I know how to do this, I'm good to go?
I don't think you can ever say that about Hamlet.
I don't know how she does it. Really.
There's definitely changes in this production, and just the dynamic between actors and characters has changed, but the advantage I think I have now is I kind of know what the beast is, and I know how exhausting it is and what the stamina is that I need. So I don't know if my process for preparing for it is that much different. It's just I have a much more solid understanding of what I need to do and what it's going to take out of me. But you're kind of exploring this for the first time now. Yeah.
Except for his cross-dressing on the weekends.
Except for that, yeah. But it's been interesting because there have been people that have been doing it. So there's a bit of a structure already there. However, Ashley and all the other actors have been really nice about letting us make our own choices. So it's not like we're slotted into what they already did. And I'm sure you've said it before, that because of all the different choices we're making, it's
Yeah.
it's a definitely new production.
Yeah.
So
Well, like the nunnery scene is completely different from what we did before.
yeah. So I mean, even if you saw the production last time, if you come and see it this time, it's
Yeah.
going to be a different show.
Right. And you should absolutely come see it. That goes without mentioning. What have you done to prepare yourself to play a female? Are you going to be, obviously there's going to be some characteristics, you know, that you're going to have to imbue as
Well, before you answer that, I should set up a little bit what the concept for the show is. The show is, I won't be too long-winded about the answer, but it was inspired by the He for She campaign and issues of gender equality. So it's not as straightforward as a gender reversal.
Okay.
Hamlet in this production is a woman who has been raised as a man for succession purposes. And Ophelia is a man who has been bullied his whole life for being too sensitive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
There's
Yeah.
a couple other
Very
gender
interesting.
reversals. Horatio is the only woman in the military, and Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are like the Regina George and Gretchen Wiener of Wittenberg.
Uh-huh.
But other than that, everyone else is, I'm not sure what the term is, but everyone else is gender appropriate. So Gertrude's still a woman playing a queen, and Claudius is still a male playing a king. But Ophelia and Hamlet are the two biggest
Swaps.
Yeah.
So Ryan is definitely playing a male Ophelia,
But-
which
okay.
is really cool, and I've
That's
never
very
heard of a
interesting,
production
actually.
doing it
Yeah,
before.
that's very cool.
But
Yeah.
what's interesting about it is when you do the male Ophelia is it brings out a lot of issues, and Ashley's done it a lot with the way she set up the culture of the show. Is that being a male-dominated, male-oriented culture, and in America we can feel like this too. I mean,
Yeah.
what was the documentary called again? I can't
I
remember.
think it's called The Mask We Live In. It's by the same people that did the wonderful documentary Misrepresentation.
Okay.
It's on Netflix, instant streaming. It's really
But,
good. I highly
mean, I
recommend
found it really interesting. It's a lot about, like, you know, men don't cry, man up, be the soldier, get the women, like do all that kind of stuff. And then as Ophelia, I have such a big heart, an uncontrollably big heart, that I feel things and I emote things and I do things. And I'm not fitting the mold that I'm supposed to fit, and so, you know, getting bullied, getting being like, why are you crying, you're sissy, you know, that kind of thing.
Right.
That plays into
Yeah.
why Hamlet actually being a woman raised as a man, and Ophelia being a man that is belittled for not being man enough, why they
Yeah.
have such a strong connection.
Yeah. And there's actually a lot of things in the text that kind of magically supported it. So things that normally are seen as slightly misogynistic, like frailty, dynamis woman, suddenly become self-directed and sort of self-hating. And the number of times that Ophelia is referred to by these feminine references like lady and you speak like a green girl and whatnot suddenly become these very bullying statements.
Yeah, being like, stop being such a woman, like stop being
Yeah.
so, like, pull it together.
Yeah. That sounds so interesting. Where can people see it and when?
We open November 17th at the Crane Theater in the Village, in the
Okay.
East Village. I was going to say the West Village. It's wrong.
Different. Don't go to the West Village. You won't see
No.
it.
In the East Village, if you go to horsetrade.info is where you can get tickets and whatnot. Anon Productions also has a Facebook page that you can check out. But we really hope to see everybody there, because one of the things that was really moving to me when we did this last time was like the number of young men that came to the show and were crying afterward and saying, you know, I was Ophelia growing up and I've never seen that represented in art before, and it was really moving. And
Yeah.
and women saying the same thing about seeing the depiction of Hamlet, and I think it's really cool that we get to do that, because there's no female equivalent of Hamlet and there's no male equivalent of Ophelia. And I know a lot of women who have definitely experienced negative aspects of gender inequality, but I know a lot of wonderful men that have as well. And I think that it's something that I love commenting on, and it's kind of turned out to be a perfect production to do that. And I think it's really exciting and fun.
Very cool. Very excited to see you guys. I'm sure are going to knock them dead.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking the time to meet me.
Thank
and
you
do
very
the
much.
interview.